The Houston Cougars, listen when I say this, I'll look at you. The Houston Cougars are going to blow out LSU. LSU has given up on football. They have given up on the football season. Their players said, we're good. We don't want to play for LSU football in 2025 anymore. We're done. Houston, on the other hand, Conner Weigman down, said, we have an opportunity to boost our program, to build on what we are currently working on with Willie Fritz and win 10 games. So we're going to do it. Where the best players on LSU's roster, now don't get me wrong, on a game where LSU plays everybody they had in week one and Houston plays everybody they had in week one, LSU is a better, more talented football team. Worse coaching, no doubt, but at least a more talented football team. What they aren't prepared for is a Houston roster that is undervalued and hungry. And I'll give you the analytics right after I tell you that LSU will be without Garrett Nussmeier, All-American corner Mansoor Delane, Whit Weeks, Harold Perkins, Aaron Anderson, the best names on this roster, the best players on this roster said, I'm good. I don't want to do that. Houston, on the other hand, you look at Houston that's weird. Houston's playing this game as if it matters, because it does. You ready for this? I'm about to take you to school. The Houston Cougars, defensively, number 34 in the nation against the pass, number 37 against the rush, number 25 on early downs. They are consistent. They will suffocate you. This is a Houston defense that I do not want to play, even in their lapses, like a game against Arizona where they allowed Arizona's offense to get hot, a very good offensive team in Arizona. Houston still won. They went on the road, beat Arizona State 24-16. Yeah, they allowed 45 points to West Virginia, but immediately cleaned it up and said, you know what? Not again. Won 2 of their last 3, and in the game they lost, they allowed 17 points to TCU. It was the offense that couldn't keep up. The defense was there. After the West Virginia game, they cleaned it. Houston's defense, 34th against the pass, 37th against the rush. LSU, get ready for this. This is bloody. Number 100 against the pass in America. Number 130 against the rush. I'm sorry, running the football. The number 100 throwing the football, number 130 running the football. That is bad. They can't pass. They can't run. They can't offense. That is going to bury them in a game where they already don't have their actual good players offensively, where they're already going out with a skeleton crew against Houston, a defense that is playing. You're taking something that is not good and then taking the best pieces, the best parts of what's already not good, the lone bright spots, and saying, we're subtracting them from the equation. They're not playing in this football game. And this is what I think we can hate about 2025 in college football. And it is teams like LSU, programs like LSU that throw in the flag, but they still want you to look at them and say, oh, the SEC is so big. The SEC is so mighty. They are king of college football. LSU lost to Oklahoma 17-13. That's an Oklahoma team that we found out is pretty fraudulent. LSU beat Western Kentucky 13-10. I was told night games in Death Valley are unsurvivable and that they will maul you, attack you. Things will go awful south for the opposition. 13-10 against Western Kentucky is supposed to scare me if I'm Houston. Beat Arkansas 23-22. Beat Arkansas at home by 1 point. When we talk about the worst teams in the FBS, Arkansas 2-10 might be there. There's a very good chance Arkansas is right there. LSU beat them by 1. On the road against Bama, scored 9 points. At home against Texas A&M, 49-25. In a game that was a game at halftime, they completely fell apart. They gave up. In the Big 12, we don't know what opt-out means. We don't know what give up means. We know what playing college football the way it was meant to be played 10 years ago is. When you say it just means more, it just means more opt-outs. It just means more pouting. It just means more excuses. It just means more coach firings. It just means more of what we hate about what's happening to college football. Yet you want to scream in our faces that you're number one. We're the best. Lane Kiffin walked into LSU, and I think Lane Kiffin will win at LSU. And the last thing he's worried about is the Tigers winning this bowl game. He's posting pictures of a woman's calves, like the back of her leg, at the beach right now. Like he's too busy trolling Twitter to have to worry about LSU winning this bowl game. Why would he care if they won the bowl game? And you could say, and I think there's an excuse or an argument to be made of like, oh, well, of course they'll play hard. They're fighting for their jobs. They're fighting for a spot on the team next year. The bowl game's not going to matter. Lane Kiffin knows what he wants. The other schools that want to recruit LSU players out of the transfer portal, they know what they want. And they're going to get it. The bowl game's not going to change that. This is less of, and I'm telling you, if you're an LSU fan and you want to think with this, oh, well, this guy's telling us that LSU is better than Houston, they're just giving up. Maybe. Like I'm reasonable enough to tell you that LSU at full strength with their 4 and 5 star players, they have more dogs than Houston if you ask 24/7. But does that mean they'd win on the gridiron? Oof. The LSU games that I watched weren't good. Does that mean they'll win this bowl game? Oof. I'm looking at a very thin, flimsy, cardboard cutout of an LSU roster. And I don't think that you can make the excuse anymore of, well, of course Houston won because it was a cardboard cutout of our roster. Of course, it wasn't even LSU out there. Well, it doesn't even matter. We didn't want to play. We didn't want to do this. We didn't want to be there. Do you understand how that is killing college football and how stupid you sound when those are your excuses? That you think the SEC is the savior of all. But then when the games come around, oh, well, we would win. We would have won. We just didn't want to play. Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah. Tells me the kind of man you are. Tells me the kind of program you are. I don't get it. I'll probably never get it. But whatever helps you sleep at night. Houston's going to win. Houston's going to win by a lot. I'll give you a score prediction right here on Locked On Big 12. Today's show is brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is exactly where I go during the bowl season. During college football season, the energy, the bands, the moments you remember forever in these bowl games. It's why Game Time gives the advantage back to the fans to help you enjoy these experiences in just a few taps. Open the Game Time app, look at upcoming college football games, and I'm shocked at how cheap some of these bowls are. You can even view the seat before you buy. The zone deals stand out. Pick the section. Game Time picks the seats. You save big. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Game Time. Download it today. LSU will fall apart offensively. They will muster just 13 points in this game. Houston, on the other hand, will score 27. It is a 14-point, 2-touchdown victory for the Big 12. But it'll look even worse because remember the Kansas State LSU game? It'll be about like that. And you'll think, why? Why does the SEC exist? And why do they get to bully us, talk to us like we don't matter in college football? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Not to me, at least. Bowl games. I love it. The SEC hates it. Change it. We need a new format. It's broken. Okay. What if you just sat back and enjoyed college football? What if you just loved it for what it is? But I don't know about that, man. I want to be in the national championship. You're a far cry from that. But luckily you got Lane Kiffin, who has won multiple national championships as a head coach. Oh, the guy who loses the big one. Okay. Sweet. No, that's good. Good luck. Have fun with that. We'll be hanging out with Willie Fritz, who's a more consistent winning coach. You know him, Tulane guy. You know Tulane, remember? The team that made the playoff before LSU did in the 12-team format? I don't know if you remember Tulane. Yeah. Okay. This has been It Always Will Be Locked On. Thank you for making it your first lesson every single day. Dose Grande.